Hey, cuties! Welcome back to 5 Years Time Podcast with your host, Grace. That's me. Today, we are going to be talking all about being your own BFF. Because if you think about it, who's going to be your best friend forever? Literal ever. It's going to be you. You're the only one that's going to be able to do that. So today, we're embracing it. We're accepting it. We're appreciating it. And I'm going to tell you all about how I befriend myself daily. Anywho, before we do that, let's get into our intro and our catch up. This past week has felt like, I don't know, dreamy, I think. It's felt really dreamy. I went into it very much aware of where I was in my cycle. As you know, I'm all about trying to be up on the times and in the know of what's going on with my body, especially with my menstrual cycle. I find that that really, really helps. And just a side note there, if you have never thought about and you have a menstrual cycle, if you have never thought about it or looked into it, cycle syncing is a really powerful way that us women and people with menstrual cycles are able to take control and live more in tuned and just more, what is it called? Personalized for our life. So I just want to say a side note there that I do have a podcast episode called Cycle Syncing with Nicole, and she is phenomenal. It was recorded, I think, in season 1. But I will tag it or link it in our show notes if you want to go and learn some more. And then also go check out Nicole's socials because she has so much amazing stuff to offer. So that's just a little side note there. But, anyways, I feel like I went into this past week just totally in tuned with myself and set my energy expectations and just like really rode the wave of the week, and it was beautiful. So I just wanted to do that little thing there because it's so empowering when we give ourselves the tools we need to succeed. Okay. What else was I up to this week? Well, I think I ended off last week telling you that I was so excited. My bud was to go to a winery on Friday with my friend Ken and catch up, and we had such an amazing time. We went to Conselman's. I feel like I pronounce that wrong every single time, but it's a winery here in Niagara on the Lake, and it was so lovely. I have never done this experience. It was their ice wine experience. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. They had us they have this upstairs area in the winery, and they had it all set up. I shared some photos, but I'll probably have a photo of my weekly recap as well on Instagram because it was absolutely beautiful. And the woman who was running us through our tasting was so sweet, and we had such a good conversation. And I am not personally an ice wine lover in the sense that I don't think I've ever given it a chance. I think I've had ice wine once prior and remember being like, oh, that is sweet. And I think I was having it as like an after dinner sip. So it wasn't like mixed with anything, but this tasting was all mixed. They were all different cocktails, like wine cocktails. How fun. And with some food pairing, which, I'm a food pairing kind of gal. Yeah, I think the first one was mixed with like a sparkling rosé, and that was my favorite. It was really delicious. And I have so much sparkling wine left over from New Year's, and I do have a bottle of ice wine in my pantry that was gifted to me a while ago, and I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing now. We're making little cocktails. And then another one that was really interesting was just ice wine paired with hot sauce. What? It literally tasted like chili, red pepper jelly. That's what it tasted like. And they had it paired with like a creamy cheese. So it was like a whole appetizer in itself. Like if you're having a dinner party this winter and you want to just like amp it up a bit, do that. Do like some sort of creamy cheese, a boursin, a goat cheese, whatever, and serve it with this drink, which is just ice wine. And they use sriracha and a little sriracha in it, and it is a beautiful combo. And I think it will be a showstopper, like, and something so easy to put together. You should really do that. But anyways, it was so lovely, and the environment was just absolutely beautiful. They had a fire going. Oh, it was amazing. I couldn't have asked for anything better. So that was truly just like the highlight of my week. We also had, well, not we, I had the weirdest sleep schedule this weekend. Like, I don't know what happened, but I think on Friday I accidentally fell asleep with Ro, which happens. Sometimes I do that. And she goes to bed early, like 7 is o'clock. 7 is o'clock. 7 o'clock is usually when she falls asleep. So sometimes I'll lay with her and I'll listen to this has been like a game change for me also for any parents out there who don't do this, but their kids like them to lay with them. I put in an AirPod and I listen to a podcast. Oh my gosh. I actually so look forward to bedtime now. It's like a little 30-minute me time, except for sometimes I fall asleep. And so, as I said last week, I was listening to Spare, the audiobook before, like in that time, I think. And no, I can't. That puts me right to sleep just because it's so descriptive. So I'm back to podcasts, and I guess I was just really tired and I fell asleep. But then I ended up waking up at 10 and up. I was up. Like, when you wake up and you're like, okay, let's start the day. And it was 10 p.m. And I was like, okay. And Trevor had already gone to sleep. So I went downstairs and I was like, well, I might as well get ahead on editing the vlog for this week. So I started editing the vlog and I felt good being productive. And I was like, 10 isn't that bad. Like, I can go to sleep at 11 or 12 and it won't be that bad. No, I was up till 3, like awake, and I was getting stressed. Then I started scrolling on social medias and I started listening to music. Like, I listen to music all the time, but I started like I remember in high school when YouTube was just about watching like music videos and stuff, or comedy videos like where'd you get them shoes? Remember that? That used to be YouTube. Anyways, I used to stay up all night watching the newest music videos and like making playlists. Like, that's what I felt like I was doing because it was like the middle of the night. I had my headphones in and I switched from editing to just scrolling on, I think I was scrolling on Instagram maybe, or maybe Pinterest. I'm not sure. And I put on Spotify and I just let it choose what I should listen to. And it was sending me on this beautiful rabbit hole of all these new artists and songs. And I just felt like I was in this vibe. It was wonderful. But then I was looking at the time and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm stressed out because something about me is I go to bed early, I wake up early, and sleep is everything to me. Like, I really value having good sleep. And so I just knew if I went to bed at 3, and then what if it was a morning where Ro woke up at 4 or 5, like, I'm just gonna have a bad day. And I wasn't done editing the vlog. I still had a bunch of like stuff I needed to get done the next day. And I typically like to do that when I first wake up and just get it out of the way. So I was just like getting a little stressed. And then I was like, Grace, you need to go to bed. So instead of going into my bed, I don't know why I didn't do that. I went back into bed with Ro. I literally don't know what I was thinking. We also have a guest bed, which if I can't sleep in the middle of the night, I'll usually go over there so I can listen to a podcast out loud. But I don't know what I was thinking. I think the guest bed didn't have clean sheets on it. And I just like wasn't in the mood to make the bed. And then why did I go back in with Ro? I honestly don't know, but I did. And the second I went back in with Ro, I was like, why did I do that? Because if she's going to wake up at 6, like there's no chance of me sleeping in at all. La, 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 la. Anyways, I guess she woke up and just like climbed over me and found Trevor because I wasn't waking up for her. And Trevor and her went to the library. No, they went to the pool. Maybe they went to the library too. But anyways, Trevor took her out of the house in the morning and I slept till 9 a.m. Like, that might not seem crazy, but I actually don't think I've ever slept till 9. Like, normally I wake up, even if I go out for the night, I'll like wake up at 6 and like go to the bathroom, maybe get some water and then go back to sleep. But no, I slept till 9. So, anyways, that was fantastic because I caught up on my sleep. But that led me into a weird day. I just felt so out of it all day. Like, I don't know. I just was like, not, I just felt like I was literally like a zombie moving through the day. And then that night, I didn't fall asleep with Bro, but then me and Trevor were watching a movie. And I turned over at one point and I said, I'm going to fall asleep. And he said, can I keep watching? And I said, yeah, like it's fine. Because it was some random movie. I didn't like, it was interesting enough, but I wasn't ever going to watch it again. We didn't need to stop it. And then I fell asleep at 8:30 and ended up doing like pretty much the same thing. Like, woke up at 12 and was up for a few hours. And it was just like, why am I doing this? So then on Sunday night, I was like, Trevor, I need to stay awake tonight. And he's like, hey, let's watch a movie. I was like, no, I can't watch a movie. That's going to make me fall asleep. Um, and he was like, okay, well, we'll have to think of something. Like, maybe you should go do a class or do something outside of the house. And I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, so we went on our whole day. And then I ended up then we watched what did we watch? Oh no. Sorry, this was yes. So then we didn't watch anything. I ended up falling asleep with Ro. And I saw a text. I remember reading this text from Trev. It said, "Hope you're not falling asleep." And I remember reading it and I was about to respond and be like, "I'm not." And then I think I fell asleep, but I slept the whole night with her. I did wake up once or twice and I like forced myself. I was like, "Grace, just go back to sleep." Like I was like, "Just close your eyes. Don't look at your phone. Don't get up. Just go back to sleep." And I did. And then we slept until 6 and that was great. And then that like reset me and now I feel fine. But like that was like 2 days of me just being so thrown off and now I'm totally back to normal. So anyways, that's a little update on that sleep schedule. But like when things like that happen for me, I get so stressed out and I like I don't know, I let it affect me too much. But that's how much sleep does affect me. And I really value sleep. I've always valued sleep. I've always been a great sleeper. Anyways, that's a little bit of my sleep schedule. Other than that, me and Trevor and Ro have got into a really good like winter family routine. We have like our fall and summer routine. I don't know if we're going to do it in the spring, probably, but it depends what the weather's like. But typically, like on the weekends, every Saturday, we'll like go to the library, farmers market, park, all of that stuff. But now it's been like kind of cold and gloomy, rainy, whatever. So we need more indoor activities. So we now have been going to the pool to go swimming on Saturday mornings. And then they have a library there and then go to the library. And it's great. We get out of the house, get home for Rose nap, all of that. And then we've now added in Sunday evenings, which I find like sometimes Sunday afternoon is just like a lull. Like it's a long, I don't know, it feels like a long time. Like Sunday afternoons just feel like they kind of don't move sometimes. And so we've really amped it up and we're now go to the pool and then we go out for dinner and it's so nice. So we do an evening swim or a late afternoon swim and then go out for dinner. And it's just something so nice and to do as a little family and just like have that connection moment before we get back into our busy weeks and off to work and school and all the things. So yeah, we have this really sweet family routine going on right now. I caught up on all my laundry this week. Woohoo! Because for the past 2 weeks, I just kind of let it go. I was doing like I was like on the ball and then I had cut my finger and so I couldn't fold. Anyways, and then I just like, it was just a giant pile, but I did it all yesterday, being Monday was yesterday, which never happens because Mondays I usually am like running from left to right, doing all this stuff, having to be out of the house and filming things. And it's just like, when I do laundry, my perfect day of laundry would be a day where I can just do laundry, like put on a show all day, just do laundry and like have that routine where it's like fold, load in, load out, fold, load in, load out, fold, and just keep going. Like that's the perfect day. But realistically, I don't get a day like that until later in the week. And I used to do laundry on Fridays to like feel good for the weekend, but now I feel like Fridays are busy and it's like Wednesday and Thursday seems wrong to do laundry. It's like too late in the week. Don't have our clothes. Anyways, long story short is I finished my laundry and I feel good about it. But yeah, so this week's been really great. Also, I just wanted to say I've been really active on Instagram. I've like re-fallen in love with Instagram. I feel like there was a time there where I just like didn't know what to do, but I kind of been enjoying the new way they have it set up. I don't know, I haven't scrolled on Instagram in a while, but I like the way they have it now. You get to see a few people you follow and then they they actually offer you like new content from people that you would probably be interested in seeing it from, like, oh, because this person follows this person, or like, oh yeah, I've seen that person before, like I'd love to follow them or look at their content, whatever. I just kind of like their what they have going for their algorithm right now and I'm having so much fun and I love how connected I get to be with all the cuties, like all the conversations in the DM, all the interaction. Like Instagram really truly has something going for it. I know people are all like, oh, it's changing so much. Oh, video content. But I mean, like, I like video content better. Like, that's more of what I like to do. Um, so that doesn't feel too like of a awkward change for me. So I'm just really enjoying it. I love how much connection and community you can really have going on Instagram. So that's also a plug. Go follow me on 5 Years Time Podcast Instagram. I'm there. I'm enjoying life and sharing it along the way. Okay, let's get into our snack of the week. This week is all about the mini M&Ms. I am obsessed with mini M&Ms and I always forget this because I think the only way you can buy mini M&Ms are in the tubes. Do they sell them in tubes when you're at like stores? I'm not sure because I always get them when I'm at Bulk Barn and then you just like scoop as much as you want. Bulk food store, you know what I mean? And so I went to Bulk Barn this week to get some stuff for my oatmeal toppings, and I was like, well, I have to get mini M&Ms. And they're just so friggin' good. Like the amount of crunch to chocolate when you put a bunch in your mouth and you go Oh, it's so good. And they're so fun to just sprinkle on popcorn, sprinkle in your snack bowl. I sprinkled it on rice pudding the other day. It was so delicious. I just love mini M&Ms. So that's our snack of the week. Now, drink of the week. I have literally had to set this aside and I had to like put it far away from me so I couldn't reach it because I was going to chug it before I could show you. I wanted to make sure YouTube got to see it. But okay, let me grab it. I have made the mocha coconut frappuccino, which is a dupe for the Starbucks one, which honestly, I don't even think Starbucks has made it since like 2015 or 16. So, yeah, it is so good. I made a video about it. It will be posted on TikTok and Instagram, and it is just absolutely delicious. Like, oh my gosh. Ah, it's so good. The toasted coconut, the whipped cream, the fresh coconut milk in it. Well, I guess it's not fresh. I didn't open up a coconut, but you know what I mean? Like the real coconut milk. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. If you're on YouTube, oh, look at that beauty. Yum. Also, if you're on YouTube, do you like the new quality? I switched up our camera and I think it's so fun. It's really making the oranges pop. Like I just realized how much orange I'm wearing right now. We have my orange sun next to us. I'm wearing an orange shirt and I have my orange pillow and I have red hair. So I just love orange. I also have an orange um salt lamp, Himalayan like moon salt lamp. So we're just vibing with the orange. But yes, I hope you enjoy the quality. I'm actually kind of very impressed. We'll see how it uploads once I export it, but from what I'm seeing on my interface, it's looking great and I'm loving that. I'm just putting my drink down. Okay, so our drink of the week. Oh my gosh, you have to make this. Seriously, like you need to make this. It is so, so good. It's actually so cold out today. I was like, oh, and I had this plan to make this cold frappuccino. And then I went to take Ro to school and I was like, oh my gosh, it's kind of really cold. I want to just like come into this little cave, my little podcast cave with like a nice warm bevy. But then I was like, no, I'm going to make this because I really wanted to. And I'm really happy I did. Okay. That being said, we're going to get into this week I learned. This week I learned you got to be your own best friend. Okay, cuties? Like seriously. Cuz really think about it. What I mean by this is you need to befriend yourself. We need to stop thinking like there's us and then there's us, like there's us as individuals and then there's us in connection with other people as friendship or relationship, whatever the relationship is. Like there's also a relationship with ourselves, is there not? I think so. I think it's the person you spend the most time with. It's the longest relationship you'll ever have. And that being said, there's always room to strengthen and grow that relationship. Like, think about your longest relationship outside of yourself. I'm sure it's gone through ups and downs and it's gone through uncomfortable situations and difficult communication and all these things. Like, we need to implement those into our own relationship and know that if right now you feel like you're not in that beautiful place where you feel like your own BFF, that you can grow and strengthen that relationship and communicate and listen and get to know your inner self and really get to that place. Because at the end of the day, we do make our own happiness and we do get to decide and be in control of what we want to do and how we want to live our life and who's going to support you the most, yourself, seriously. And it's just this really empowering and beautiful thing. I think I've always valued the relationship I hold with myself. I remember back in high school, if I didn't have someone to go hang out with, I love to be busy. My mom always says, I love to be busy growing up. Like, and I remember as a kid, if I was bored, I would go, I was bored all the time. I would go to my mom and be like, I'm bored. And she'd be like, oh, great, let's play a game, empty the dishwasher, clean your bedroom. It's like, mom, that's not a game that I want to play. But like what I meant why I was bored was I always wanted to be out and doing something and learning a new hobby or doing an activity. I do love to watch TV and hang out and just chill. I consider that one of my favorite hobbies. I don't know why people can't say that that's their hobby, but it is. My hobby is watching TV, but I also love to do other things. And I think as a kid, I really pushed my limits, especially in the summertime when I wasn't at camp and I was home and all your friends weren't home. And my brother's 6 years older than me, so he would be out and about doing whatever, or he wasn't living at home or whatever. And I would go ride my bike and get popsicles and find my own fun to do. And or when I was in high school, it was like, oh, I want sushi, no one's available. I'd go get sushi and have dinner by myself. So I really value that relationship I have with myself. And I really value that I was comfortable doing things like that younger, because I think I've carried that with me into my adulthood. Oh, one of my favorite pastimes in high school is I used to go paint pottery after school, especially in the winter when there was like, it was just dark all the time. So instead of going home right away, I would go out and go to the paint pottery studio and just paint some pottery. I remember one Christmas, everyone got pottery gifts for Christmas. But yeah, anyways, so I feel like I've always had that like strong inner connection to myself. And I've really been fostering that relationship. And I think I like have it kind of down pat. Um, that when I'm feeling alone or separated from a certain group of friends or social settings or whatever, that I can always look inwards to myself and find some fun to do. So, I'm going to share today my 5 ways that I connect with myself and ensure I feel proud and supported of the relationship that I have, right? Like, that's so important. Like, we need to really feel grateful for ourselves. So, number 1 is I listen to myself. And I think this is such a big one, is that at the end of the day, the way that we can feel heard and comforted is when we truly listen to ourselves. And when we do listen to ourselves, that also amplifies our relationships with others, because we're able to communicate better how we're feeling, so that we can feel heard by others as well. But we're not talking about others, we're talking about ourselves. But yeah, so just really like, if you're a journaler, if you are a video person, whatever it is, voice notes. I know I have friends who love doing voice notes. Just really make sure that you're connecting with yourself every day and writing down or recording or taking note of those things that you're feeling. Today, I'm feeling low energy. Today, I feel really excited. Today, you know what, my head's kind of hurting, or I'm feeling a little bit sad. I'm feeling kind of blah. Like, really pay attention to all those things, and it will help you to be able to support yourself. So you can take note and then you can set up a plan for your day so that you can feel supported. Like, sometimes I'll wake up and be like, you know what, today I'm just kind of feeling off. And I'll make sure that at some point in the day, I make a plan so that I can have a connection moment with myself, whether that be going to Starbucks and getting a fun drink, or maybe running a bubble bath, or maybe just making a snack and snuggling up and watching a comfort show. Like, setting those special times for you and yourself to support where you are in that day. Number 2, daily dance parties. Do not underestimate the daily dance party. Seriously. Just turning on music loud, putting on headphones, going for a drive, whatever it is. But like, I do think that having it not driving, like, I think driving karaoke fun, but if you can do it like in your house or wherever, outside in the forest, just like really get up and move your body and let loose and just like fully embrace the sound with your body's movement. Like, who cares? We're all awkward. We all are like these random blobs just moving, and that is the fun of it, right? But I think a daily dance party is the best thing you can do. It helps you let loose. It helps you laugh. I always laugh when I have these dance parties. I have a mirror in my kitchen and I'll dance around my kitchen and then like look in my mirror and like have that connection with my literal self, laughing, having a great time. And it doesn't always have to be loud and vibrant music. It can also be, I love doing it to slower songs and just really like moving with the music and feeling the lyrics. And it's just really beautiful connection time. And it also is the best reset for your day. If you ever are feeling like, oh, I just need a bit of a mind shift, getting up and dancing is probably the best reset that you can offer yourself. Okay, number 3, go out and do the thing. If there's something you want to do, don't feel like you have to wait for somebody else or your group of friends to be able to come together or anything. Just go out and do it. Go to the movies, go to dinner, go to cute brunch, get dressed up, Go to brunch. Be cute. Why can't you do that yourself? I love doing stuff like that. Go take yourself to the beach in the evening. That is my favorite thing. I just need to put that out there. If you live close to a water anywhere and have the ability, right now it's kind of cold in the winter, but like for all the other seasons to just like go in the evening to the beach and have a moment with yourself, it is literally the best thing you can do, at least for myself. I love being on the water's edge. If there's an amazing sunset, listening to the waves. I also love people watching, seeing what other people are out doing there. Last summer, I made it a point to um, get out of my comfort zone and connect with more people. And so if I saw people trying to take selfies of themselves or taking pictures back and forth, like between two friends or a couple, whatever, I would offer to take the picture for them. And it was so fun and they really appreciated it. And it was ultimately such a lovely, lovely thing. But, anyways, just going out and doing whatever it is that you want to do. Like, don't hold yourself back. Of course, you can go and be with your friends if that's available, but if you don't have that option, why not just do it yourself? I absolutely love doing all these things by myself, and they might feel uncomfortable and awkward when you first start doing it, but I promise you, no one is looking at you. No one is thinking, oh, what are they doing? Everyone else is in their own head doing their own thing, and it is completely wonderful to just go and spend time with yourself. Why not? Go do it. Number 4, say kind things to yourself. Hype yourself up. You are your best friend. How would you talk to your best friend? You would hype them up. Think good things about yourself. This is so, so important. When I think of my friends and the people in my life that I love, I want to scream at the rooftops beautiful things about them. I want to highlight all the things that they are amazing at and that they do and that they make me feel. I want to do that. So why don't I do that for myself? Why don't I say what I am good at, what I love to do, what I make other people feel like, what I make myself feel like? Why can't you do that? Of course you can. And I think the more that you speak happy thoughts and positive things into your life, the more that you will glow that and make that your reality. Not that I'm saying that's not your reality, but like I feel like a lot of the time you get stuck in this trap of feeling I'm not enough or, oh, this person's more than, but we are not less than because someone is good at something, okay? That's not how it works. So if you ever catch yourself thinking that you're less than because of something around you, you need to cut that out and you need to avoid, you can accept they are so good at this. And you know what? I'm really good at this. And if there's something that you want to be better at, then you can go for it and you can try your hardest and learn and keep growing. And we all start somewhere. You know what I mean? But, anyways, we need to start speaking more kind things to ourselves daily. Daily. Okay. And number 5, make daily tasks a moment. And what I mean by that is we have to do all these things every day. We're people, we live in routines and rituals, and every day we need to get up, brush our teeth, wash our face, make breakfast, go to work, blah, 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 blah. We need to do all these things. So make it a moment. Why not? You have something you have to do with yourself every single day. Light candles, light incense, put little fun scents up, make a fun drink. Mocha coca frappuccino, mocha coconut frappuccino, make it. Or make a fun bubbly water. Literally, put a fun straw in your cup. Make water in a fun jar and put a cool colored straw in it. Like that's not that hard. And it's something that just is a little elevated, a little moment. Play music. Listen to a podcast. Put in an audiobook. Put on a cute outfit. Feel yourself. Wear that cute outfit. Wear a cute sweatset when you're doing the laundry. Put on cute yard shoes when you're out in the yard. Take pictures, videos, document it. Why not? It's so fun. If you love doing that, if you love taking photos and videos and just like aesthetic-y things, like just do it. For all the little things you have to do, why not? It's so fun. And that's a fun hobby. So just make everything a moment. Why do we have to live through a Monday and day to day? We don't. Make it a moment. Make it fun. Be your best friend. What would you do for your best friend if you were going to like have a cute little hangout? It's like, "Oh, I'm going to put on my cute outfit. Going to make some fun snacks." Why not do that for yourself? Why not? Yeah. So, those are my 5 ways that I every day try to incorporate being my own best friend. I think it's so important. I think the relationship you hold yourself is so valuable. And I think once you start really loving on yourself and realizing that you take top priority over everything in your life, is when all the other things will fall in line. If you're finding that you're feeling left out or lonely or that something's missing, once you really prioritize yourself, everything else kind of falls in there. And don't forget, embrace the awkwardness of it all. Life is about being awkward. If anything I've learned is I personally am so awkward and want to avoid most situations that make me feel uncomfortable, but I have learned to just step into it. Step past the uncomfortable, step into it, and there's so much greatness that lies on the other line. It's difficult, it feels awkward, it makes you cringe, but just like step past it. You've got this, cuties. I know it. I know it. I know it. Because, like, literally, we're all here for the reason that we vibe with each other and we get each other. We have similarities in things that we like or eat or watch. And so, like, I just know that we would all be best friends. So, I want to be best friends with you, which means that you should want to be best friends with yourself. Okay, let's move on to roses, buds, and thorns. Roses, buds, and thorns. My rose this week was definitely our Sunday swim dinner. I absolutely loved it. This was our second week doing it, and it was just so lovely. It's nice for me and Trevor and Ro to get out of the house and do something. Swimming is such a great activity because you can't have any distractions. You are totally immersed in the activity and participating with each other, and it's just such a beautiful connecting time. And then you know me, I love food. So going out for dinner, especially on a Sunday, is just a really nice thing because typically by Sunday we have no groceries in the house because I do grocery shopping on Monday. It's just nice to like take a break, not have to cook, no dishes, go out, enjoy some new food, and just really have that moment with each other. I love it. So that was my highlight of the week, my rose for sure. My thorn, I literally sat for like 20 minutes trying to think of a thorn and I couldn't. And I feel like there always is a low at some point. So I guess I'll say that like little sleep schedule mishap. That would be my thorn, but it all worked out okay. As always, I feel like my thorns never can just stay bad because that's the point of life. We ebb and flow, the high, the low. But anyways, so I'll say that was my thorn. My bud. Oh my gosh, we're coming up into such an exciting time of the year. Ro's birthday is at the beginning of February, and starting this weekend, we're doing some celebratory things. So I'm just really looking forward to it because she is so hyped about birthdays for the past year, I'd say. She is like obsessed with birthdays, and she's just doesn't I just like she doesn't even know what's coming, you know what I mean? Like she's been obsessed with everybody else's birthdays. We play pretend birthday all the time. She loves when we like light candles and put it in marshmallows, random food, bread, literally anything. We make birthday hats all the time. We just do pretend birthday all the time. We sing happy pretend birthday to you. It's so fun. She loves it. And she's the most excitable kid in the entire world. So I'm just so friggin' excited to shower her and love on her for her birthday. We're gonna have like 2 weekends of birthday because this upcoming weekend we're doing like a pre-birthday with Trevor's parents, and then the following weekend we're taking her on a surprise, and I'm so excited for her actual birthday. So I just can't wait. Like I just think the next few weeks is gonna be so fun, and she is just gonna be so jazzed. And it's really just a special year because obviously she was a pandemic baby. And so this I'm calling this her 321 birthday because it's like she's turning 3, but it's all of her birthdays wrapped into one because we haven't had the opportunity to spend a birthday with any family. We've had all her birthdays with just me, her and Trevor, which have been beautiful and lovely, but like this is like a real celebration, a real birthday party. Um a real just like celebrating Ro coming into the world. And it's 3 years later, but we're here and I'm so excited. So I'm just really looking forward to the upcoming celebrations. Yeah, so that's my bud. Let's get into our entertainment recap. Entertainment. I'm taking a sip of my drink. Recap. Entertainment. Recap. Entertainment. Recap. Oh, sorry. I just need to take a drink of this. It's so good. Okay. I left off on saying that everything I was watching last week I finished and wrapped up on. Spare, I'm still listening to very slowly. I was trying to find a new way to listen to it because I told you that I could not listen at bedtime. So now I'm listening to it when I get ready. But then it takes me less than 10 minutes to get ready. It's like a 15-minute, 5 minutes in the shower, 10 minutes to get ready. So I listen to it about 10 minutes, and it's good because I feel like the chapters are pretty short. So I'm still very at the beginning. I'm at in his school days, or no, him in his what's his name? His dad is wanting to marry Camilla. I'm at that point. So I'm still at the very beginning. But yeah, so that's what I'm listening to still as an audiobook. And then for watching, I'm watching One Tree Hill because I was going to watch this other show called, what was it called? Silent Night. No, it wasn't called that. Something In the Dark. I think it's called In the Dark. And I'm still going to watch that, but I'm already watching like another other show that's I don't know if they're the same, but like similar. So with Trevor, so I'm gonna watch One Tree Hill first and then go to In the Dark because everyone said In the Dark is like so binge worthy, and so I will get through One Tree Hill and then I will binge In the Dark. But anyways, I've started One Tree Hill because on Instagram I got people to recommend shows, and I said that I never watched One Tree Hill before, and literally everyone was like, oh my gosh, One Tree Hill, One Tree Hill, One Tree Hill, One Tree Hill, my favorite show, my favorite show, my favorite show, my favorite show. And I was like, and then everyone like that knows me in my real life, like my friends from the real world, were like, how have you not seen this show? Like, you would absolutely love it. Like, this is your favorite show ever. Like, and I was like, how have I not seen this? Like, I was getting FOMO. So I'm started One Tree Hill, which is on Prime. I'm only 2 episodes in, maybe 3, and so far I'm loving it. That's very like there's definitely corniness to it. Like it's the era, but it's nostalgic with the music, the drama, the melodrama. But I kind of love how like emotionally vulnerable it is. Like the we've got lots of crying from the boys. I don't know. I just feel like it's like kind of ahead of its time in that way. But I'm excited. I'm watching it. I'm looking forward to seeing how it develops. There's obviously going to be so much overlapping. I'm not even sure how many seasons there are, but I'm excited. So that's what I'm watching. And I'm going to watch an episode right after this. I'm going to make lunch and sit down and watch an episode just because I feel like I'm almost at the point where I'm like invested. And when I'm invested, that's when I like can't stop watching. So I'm looking forward to that. Me and Trevor are watching The Last of Us, which is a show on, is it HBO? I'm not sure. But it was made from a video game, and now it is a show, and it's about zombies. Well, not zombies, I guess. What is it? It's like a fungus that infects the world, and yeah, there's like a behind and a forward. And I'm going to say the first episode was slow, but Trevor had told me, he was like, the first episode I think will be slow. It'll kind of just give you like an outline of what it's going to be about. And that's what I felt. This last episode, the second episode, was definitely, there was slow elements. Like it's definitely slow paced because I think it's suspense. Like there's lots of suspense, but then it was like definitely more gore and so much suspense. And I just think it's every episode is going to get more and more because what they're doing is like leaving a safe space and then having to go into the like unknown and make it to another safe space. So I think like as each day they get further into the unknown, it will become more and more suspenseful. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm enjoying it definitely. It definitely gives me video game vibes. I'm not a gamer gal. We all know this. I don't know if we do know this on here, but like I do not play video games in the sense that I just like as a kid could never get into it. My brother is such a big gamer and I like never could get into it. And I'm sure maybe I could if I really wanted to, but I like can't. And I just honestly think that people who play video games are so cool because I just think it's such a cool thing and it's like a talent and it's really immersive and you're like hanging out with your friends. If you do it online, you're like chatting with your friends. Like, I just think it's a cool place and I just am not into it. But anyways, it's definitely giving me gamer vibes or game vibes in the like way that it is set up kind of. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying that. And then of course we have my weekly vlog that goes up on YouTube, and you can always go and check out there, subscribe. We're also now have the podcast on YouTube. So if you're a visual person, you can go check that out. And then for new music, there's so many fun songs that I've been listening to this past week. I've been in a very fun, upbeat, dancey mood. So I've added those to my 5 years time Spotify playlist, which is of course linked in my show notes, and you can go check that out. But yeah, that is the end of this episode. And thank you so much for coming along. I'm so excited for everyone to look inwards into themselves and build upon your relationship with yourself and become your BFF because you deserve it. And I think it's going to be a really changing thing if you haven't looked at your relationship with yourself that way. So go follow me over on Instagram. I'm being super involved over there. I'm having so much fun. Follow me on TikTok. And then if you want to leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, that would mean so much to me. And I'm just so grateful you're all here. So let's get after this week of goodness, because that's the vibes we're putting out, and become our best friends. Love you all so much. Wishing you the best. Sending hugs and kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And I will see you back next Wednesday for the next episode of 5 Years Time. Toodles poodles.